Welcome to Kashmir University Weekly Video Digest Quest. First, a look at the highlights. 9th J&K Science Congress gets underway. And summer camp for college and university teachers concludes. Now, the details of these events with your host Jasim Malik. The 9th J&K Science Congress and Regional Science Congress commenced in University of Kashmir. The three-day conference is organized by University of Kashmir in collaboration with Indian Science Congress Association, JK State Council of Science and Technology, Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, and JK Academy of Sciences. The inaugural ceremony was held in the Convocation Complex of the university. The inaugural function saw the presence of Governor of the state and Chancellor, Mr. Narendranath Vohra, and Minister of Science and Technology, Mr. Feroz Ahmed Khan. Here is a detailed report on the happenings that took place during the first 2 days of the conference.
It's the inaugural day of 9th JK Science Congress and Regional Science Congress. The theme chosen for this three-day Science Congress is Innovations and Advances in Science and Technology. It will also see the special convocation in which Professor Govardhan Mehta will be given honorary doctorate.
Around 1,000 delegates from across India participated in the 9th J&K Science Congress hosted by Kashmir University, where about 700 research papers covering various spheres of science were read. Professor Khurshid Andrabi, Chief Convener of the Science Congress, gave details about the various working sessions of the event.
This activity has sort of vibrated the whole research atmosphere of the university, and we have been able to amass a whopping 42 crores of extramural grant, which is 2 to 3 times more than we have had in 2010. Some of our scientists from mathematics, physics, chemistry, and biology have had their individual contributions in high-impact journals that has sort of created a atmosphere where we stake a very important claim in the development of the state of Jammu and Kashmir.
In his welcome address, Professor Talat Ahmed, Vice Chancellor, Kashmir University, gave details of the initiatives being taken by the university.
Our country has declared 2010 to 2020 as the decade of innovations. So it is very important to encourage the young minds to take part in these innovative activities, come out with new ideas, out-of-box ideas, and such Science Congress and similar activities related to the Science Congress, innovation activities has to be given all the support. And I look towards Professor Janab Feroz Saab for his generous support all through to make this state as a leader in science as we aim to do.
The J&K Governor and Chancellor, Mr. N.N. Vohra, as the chief guest, addressed the inaugural session of the three-day Regional Science Congress and 9th J&K Science Congress on the theme of innovations and advances in science and technology.
So if we can focus a little more on scientific problems which relate to which concern J&K, to which our people suffer when certain events take place, when certain developments take place, then I think we would benefit even more.
I feel honored for taking part in this important event, an event important for science in general and for the state in particular, to speak to such a distinguished scientific audience in presence of Honorable Governor. I am heartened to see the participation of such diverse speakers and delegates, both local and of other states, in this Congress. My sincere thanks and appreciation goes to the organizers of the hard work in organizing this event.
Professor R.C. Sobti, General President, Indian Science Congress Association, spoke extensively about the establishment, evolution, history and activities of the association. Registrar Professor Zafar Ahmad Rishi proposed the vote of thanks.
At the end, I again thank Shri and Vora, Honorable Governor J&K and Chancellor of our University, and Janab Feroz Ahmad Khan, Honorable Minister for Science and Technology and Government, and other dignitaries for being with us this morning. Sir, we really feel encouraged by your presence. Thank you all, and thank you very much.
Dr. A.R. Trag, Vice Chancellor, Islamic University of Science and Technology, Professor I.A. Hamal, Vice Chancellor, Baba Ghulam Shah Badshah University, Deans, heads of departments, faculty members, research scholars and delegates of the Science Congress were among those present on this occasion.
Here with us is the Vice Chancellor of BBA University, Lucknow, Professor R.C. Sobti. Sir, tell me, how will this event help our youth and innovators in general?
So youth will know that what is happening all over the country and in the international level, because we are going to have 3 Nobel laureates and about 24 Royal Society fellows, top directors and others from all over the country, world, and also the international academies that are going to take part. So our youth will know that what is happening at the national, international level, so that they can devise their program accordingly.
We are seeing decline in the science stream. Students are mostly taking corporate fields like business and commerce. So what do you think is the initiatives, the education initiatives?
In fact, the science has not impregnated to the grassroots level. That's what the theme of this year is, that we want to go to the grassroots level, people who are real scientists. See, science is not in the laboratories, they're in the villages also. So that's how, if the people know that what is interesting there, so that's how we will hold this exhibition, and students will be interested to come to that area.
Do you have we have a backward quota system in colleges, universities? Do you have any such quota in polytechnic and engineering colleges so that we can provide seats, free seats to the innovators who have been recognized internationally and nationally?
See, I have just given admission to a 13-year-old girl in a master's in microbiology. If somebody is excelling, we will be glad to give them additional seat. There's no problem for that.
The youth who are students, they are finding it hard to finance their projects and the experiments because the government isn't financing them during the infancy period when they are conducting the experiments. What are the reasons behind that?
No, we already have a scheme in our department, particularly for the researchers and young scientists who want to produce their papers or research work. We are sponsoring them, and anybody who is having interest in presenting papers, our department will support them, even at school level, at college level also.
Here in Kashmir, we are still following the traditional method of attendance in our offices, like registers and arrivals. Why are not we adopting the latest technologies like electronic attendance system in our office?
No, that we already, it comes under the Department of Information and Technology, and for that we already started in our civil secretariat in Jammu and Srinagar, and we will be introducing that at district level shortly.
We are in 9JK Science Congress and Regional Science Congress. Now let's talk to some scholars and participants. So, according to you, what is the role of the Science Congress for you people?
It's very immense. Especially it gives a platform for young researchers to show and display their work, their research which they have done, and it really encourages them. So therefore it's of great importance in that regard.
I think it plays a wonderful role. It provides an opportunity to every scientist, every student to showcase their talent, to showcase their work to the scientific community, to the world. So it's wonderful for everyone.
It provides us a full platform to explain our internal views as what we see in our day-to-day life. Like there are so many things like just as we say in our this pharmaceutical sciences, there are so many problems that have not been solved yet.
Will you tell us something about your research paper you have submitted in this JK Science Congress?
Yeah, I sent my paper. It is free radical sequencing activity, antioxidant activity of Haloprolia integrifolia. I sent it to JK 9th Science Congress, and they accepted it and selected for my oral presentation.
Actually, I'm very much thankful to this 9th JK Annual Science Congress for giving us opportunity to present various research papers and posters. We submit various posters. This gives us exposure.
The 3-day Science Congress also saw a special convocation held in which Professor Govardhan Mehta of School of Chemistry, University of Hyderabad, was conferred Doctor of Science.
He was born in Jodhpur, Rajasthan, where he had his early education. He earned his bachelor's and master's degrees from the University of Rajasthan and carried out doctoral research at National Chemical Research Laboratory, Pune, under the mentorship of Dr. Sukhdev. Subsequently, Professor Mehta conducted postdoctoral research at Michigan State University and at Ohio State University, USA. Professor Mehta is a Fellow of Royal Society of London, Foreign Member of the Russian Academy of Sciences, Fellow of the Third World Academy of Sciences, and besides of many other science academies. He has been a President of the Indian National Science Academy, INSA, from 1999 to 2001.
Professor Talat presented a brief profile of the university.
We are now Grade A university through NAC reaccreditation. We have 5 campuses, sir. Main campus is in SRINAGAR, and we have a south campus and north campus which is operational. And now we are putting all our efforts to start the campuses in far-flung areas of Leh, Kargil and Kupwara, which is already on. We have 13 faculties and 38 departments, 18 research centers, and 142 affiliated colleges.
Delivering his address on the occasion of special convocation organized by the University of Kashmir to confer Doctor of Science upon Professor Govardhan Mehta, National Research Professor, School of Chemistry, University of Hyderabad, Chancellor Mr. N.N. Vora said,
First of all, let me take this opportunity of once again congratulating Dr. Mehta and to thank him for having accepted our request that the Kashmir University should honor him with a degree of the Doctor of Science honoris causa in recognition of his several decades of outstanding work in the field of science, more particularly in the field of chemistry and allied sectors. I have not had occasion to know Dr. Mehta as a chemist, but I have had occasion to know him as a planner in the field of science, in the scientific and technological arena, and also as a collaborator and coordinator of fostering and encouraging relationships in the scientific and technological arena in India and various countries abroad. It was in this particular context that some years ago, Dr. Mehta and I worked together in a committee, in a group which was intended to greater understanding and collaborations between our country and 21 countries of European Union. Professor Talat Ahmed has expressed the hope and requested Professor Mehta that in the coming time he would find some opportunity of assisting and guiding the scientific work that we are doing in this university. I just wanted to mention to Professor Mehta that in Kashmir we are, by history and civilization, very civilized people. We are very courteous, very warm-hearted, very hospitable, and we have made you an alumni today of this university, but not without purpose. We expect a quid pro quo, and that quid pro quo, I think you are partially mentioned yourself, and I look forward to your kind interest in our work in the years to come.
Speaking on the occasion, Professor Govardhan Mehta said, I had the opportunity to work with some of the students of Kashmir whom I supervised for MPhil and PhD degrees, and I must say that they are very brilliant.
The University of Kashmir trains many high quality and motivated students, and I can vouch for it from personal experience. Over the years, I had and still have under my supervision students from Kashmir University as doctoral and postdoctoral researchers, and I rate them amongst the very best I had. With an acclaimed scientist and academic in Dr. Talat Ahmed at the helm, and the benefit of the enlightened guidance of the distinguished Chancellor and encouragement of the dynamic Chief Minister and Education Minister, the university should endeavour to reinvent itself and position itself among the very top academic institutions in the country. We have already heard many new initiatives that the university has undertaken from the brief presentation that Dr. Talat Ahmed made. It is very clear that you are on the right trajectory, and I really admire the new changes that you have ushered in during the last couple of years. So my congratulations and best wishes for the fruition of these efforts. However, every academic institution, including the University of Kashmir, needs to be future ready. Let us be reminded that in today's competitive landscape of higher education, good is simply not good enough. We have to aim to be among the very best. And I think the initiatives that we have just now heard augurs very well to achieve that status, which was very nicely articulated by Professor Ahmed, that you want to be a globally recognized institution.
Indian Science Congress has been a regular feature of the J&K State Council for Science and Technology since 2005. This has been possible with the active support of the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, and the two universities, that is the University of Jammu and the University of Kashmir.
Congress actually is to provide a platform all over India to all those researchers who during that year have done something new and who want to have their presentations so that it would then subsequently get public or publicized. Then the State Science Council for Science and Technology, they probably had this idea that our people are not participating in that science congress in large numbers, so why not to provide them a platform in the state itself?
We are around 30 presenters of the innovative products. After those, one has been selected who can compete with the innovators at national level in the National Science Congress, wherein the competition will be from all the 5 zones of India. And whosoever earns a prize there, which will in turn reflect that we have local kids who have potential to compete at national level in terms of creating something new. We have talked to different manufacturing units where we have tried to guide them as to how they can help these innovators in terms of commercializing what they've invested. Investment may be a very small amount, but once we try to commercialize that, the revenue that is generated can be at par with the synthesized products wherein investment is much larger as compared to what is in the innovation. We have tried to actually guide these to approach major manufacturing units, wherein those units can in turn guide them as to how we can use these innovative products for commercialization.
On the second day of JK Science Congress and Regional Science Congress, a special convocation was held in which Professor Govardhan Mehta was given a doctorate degree. This is Rabia Bashir along with Nisha Zargar, Safina Wani and Shafat Mir, with camera person Shehnawaz Shah, reporting for Quest.
The valedictory function of the 3-day conference will be shown in the next episode. A 3-week summer camp organized by UGC Academic Staff College, University of Kashmir concluded. Around 52 scholars and teachers from college and university departments participated in the summer camp. The Academic Staff College has the distinction of first time introducing the summer camps in university academic life. Director Academic Staff College, Professor Farooq Fayaz, presented the inaugural remarks.
Wherein we have faculty members from different and diverse fields. We have faculty members from languages. We have faculty members from social sciences. We have participants from sciences. And this was an amalgamation of the diverse fields of knowledge.
Program Coordinator Professor Khalid Majid Fazili, while speaking on the occasion, expressed satisfaction at the successful culmination of the camp.
I could not accommodate, in fact, I had a constraint that I could not accommodate some of the resource persons, some of whom I had made a commitment, but I could not accommodate them. And I am also thankful to all the resource persons who made this course a lively course. And some of those resource persons were highly influential in, I mean to say, in terms of the way they interacted with the audience.
Presiding over the valedictory session of the summer camp, Vice Chancellor Professor Talat Ahmed said that such camps chisel the skills of teachers and prepare them to take up new challenges.
UGC is very serious about improving upon the quality of the teachers in the country. And our university is one of the, now it has become a favorite actually. We got a grade A position, this academic staff college. Not the university is already grade A. Now this academic staff college has been graded as A, and we have come under the special category. So we got some financial support, so definitely things will improve much more.
Assistant Dean Students Welfare and University spokesman Mr. Shaukat Shafi proposed the vote of thanks.
First time in the history of Kashmir University that we have been able to have a summer camp. Formally we have named it summer camp this time. This is the first time in the history of Kashmir University under the guiding leadership of our Vice Chancellor.
Later, Vice Chancellor presented participation certificates to the participants. With this, we come to the end of today's program. Watch the latest episode of Quest at our website emmrckashmir.com. Send us your suggestions at quest@emmrckashmir.com. Before I take your leave, here are a few words of wisdom. Careful with your fingers. Don't touch writing. You don't know what it is to write. It's a crushing task. It bends your spine, blurs your eyesight, creases your stomach, and cracks your ribs. Dear viewers, thank you so much for watching. See you soon.